Alright, we'll see if we can break a record here and do 2 short videos in a row. This is a response to Luke 12,000 dumb ideas. He says he's got this perfect argument. Yeah, it's a perfect argument. The opt-out argument. Okay, so you make a whole video basically just talking about your right to opt out. Okay, like opt-out works. So let's just have boxing matches, and we'll just say, okay, here's the rules, guys, and now you can just opt out to any rule you would like to, because we love freedom. So you don't like the below the belt rule? Okay, you can opt out of that rule. Yeah, there's no game then, okay? You can't do that in any structured, civilized game humanity has ever come up with. And so for the biggest game there is, you think opt-out works. I mean, just show me an example of any game any human beings can play where you could have opt-out, where they could just opt out of the rules. One guy could say, well, no, I got longer arms, so I want to opt out of the rule that disadvantages longer arms or that balances against longer arms. You know, any fairness rules that hurts my advantage, I want to opt out of. That you can't be done. It's impossible. It's stupid. It's ludicrous. All right, and here we are in the biggest game there is, you know, human civilization, and you think opt-out will work. I mean, how can how can you support such an idiotic argument? I mean, you have one, you can't make an example in any micron scale, even the small. You can't make it out of torn up newspaper. You can't make an example out of matchsticks. You can't make it out of anything. You can't make a model of how opt-out works in any other situation. It's complete bullshit. It's nonsense. And really, it really is. It's like, what do you believe in? You know, you either believe in freedom or you believe in fairness. But you can't believe in both, because they both can't coexist. You can't have absolute freedom and then have anything approaching fairness. And civilized human beings, rational human beings, are going to demand fairness, because fairness makes for a civil life. Okay, there's no way to have all the things that people want in life, the security, the dependability. If we're back to anarchy, or we're back to chaos, or we're back to opt out, because it just isn't going to work that way. Nothing gets financed, no business gets taken care of, because everybody will opt out to their fucking advantage. Made the argument in Stickam even, to somebody that yes, you're living in a society that provided for your friggin' existence, and then saying no, I don't owe it anything. That's all you're saying, and it's nonsense. You owe it a hell of a lot. Civilization has given you a hell of a lot. It's given you the capacity of a public library and a public school and all these other things that make for people to be the human beings they are. And to take all that away, to erase all that for the next generation or some other people is idiotic. And to erase it without even the acknowledgement that it's done you some good is really idiotic. That's just... that's ungrateful, is what that is. Okay, and so I guess the last point I would make to your argument is that you have this obsession with this free competition idea, and that there's always going to be this balancing act, and that it's inherently efficient. And a competition is not inherently efficient. When you create losers, if you create a lot of losers through this competition process, that is a cost. The blood and the guts on the ground is part of the cost of the competition, and you keep ignoring that reality of life. And so it's not necessarily the most efficient way to create the best products. Sometimes just engineering rules. Like I said, in a game, that's why we put rules in the game, is to make the game more efficient, to make the game more fair, to make the game produce the result in a more organized and rational way. And without those rules, the result would never happen. You wouldn't find out who's the best, because everybody would cheat, and everybody would steal, and everybody would break the system, and everybody would break the rules. And so the competition would suck. And so that's not what people did. It wouldn't produce anything of value. And that's all like I said, we already went this road, this opt-out crap. That's what existed. We had anarchy. It led to monarchy. Then we got rid of the monarchy through a lot of struggle and bloodshed. And now we have civilization. You want to just go back and start over again. It's just stupid. It would end up in the same damn place. We have to go through the same damn struggle again. We waste all this fucking time for absolutely nothing. Here we are at civilization. We have reasonable democracies that can be certainly improved. All we need is more honest men, less political corruption, and those things can be taken care of. Accountability is not impossible to build into systems. It's just that the people, there's just so many self-interested people manipulating the system, and principles aren't held very high. But that can change tomorrow. People start realizing that it's about the principles. It's about accountability. Those are the most important things in the universe. And we don't have unions, in collusion with each other to protect each other's vices. Then it could be a different world. But there's these two extremes. This organized corruption and this organized money are the two things that are destroying the system. And the people in between are the ones that are going to have to push those two things out of the system. And that can be done. That's a simple fix, in my opinion. It can be engineered quite easily. And but this opt-out is just bullshit. You can't work anywhere, anytime, anyhow, and certainly can't work in the most important thing in the world, human civilization.